BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb, announcing $2 billion incremental share buyback authorization. That's Bravo Michael Yankee, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb, getting a pop here, 62.88. NVRO, Nevro, providing preliminary outlook. Q4 revenue of 109.7 million. Full year 2020 guidance of 362 million. November Victor Romeo Oscar. CVAC, CureVac, Charlie Victor Alpha Charlie, CureVac's COVID-19 vaccine candidate, CVNCOV, demonstrated efficient protection of non-human primates during SARS-CoV-2 challenge infection. That's CVAC, Charlie Victor Alpha Charlie. ELAN, Elanco Animal Health, begins the next phase of integration of Bayer Animal Health acquisition. Executive Committee member Serena Lynn to depart. That's ELAN, Echo Lima Alpha November. RARE, Ultragenics, sees FY 2020 revenue of $180 to $190 million. That's Romeo Alpha Romeo Echo. NOMD, Nomad Foods, to acquire Ford Nova's frozen food business group. That's November Oscar Michael Delta. TMO, Thermo Fisher, with some guidance. Tango Michael Oscar now expects Q4 reported an organic revenue growth of about 50%. That's Tango Michael Oscar, Thermo Fisher. APDN, Applied DNA, announcing pricing of $15 million registered direct offering priced at the market. That's Alpha Papa Delta November, APDN. $1.81 million shares at $8.30 per share. That's Alpha Papa Delta November, APDN. Shares at $8.80, now closed at $11.64 on Friday, APDN. RCKT, Rocket Pharmaceuticals, announcing build-out of R&D manufacturing facility. Romeo Charlie Kilo Tango. GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, Allegio Biosciences announcing research and option agreement with GlaxoSmithKline. That's Golf Sandy Kilo, GSK. SHC, Sotera Health, reporting it sees full year 2020 revenue about $832 million on a pro forma basis. That versus the $814.1 million estimate. That's SHC. Sandy Hotel Charlie. RRGB, Red Robin Gourmet Burgers, Romeo Romeo Golf Bravo, expects indoor dining to be opened at 39 restaurants as of January 11th. That's RRGB, Red Robin. CDNA, CareDX reporting preliminary guidance sees Q4 revenue of $58.4 million to $58.6 million, full year revenue of $191.9 to $192.1 million. That's above estimate on the full year revenue and also the Q4 revenue for CDNA, Charlie Delta November Alpha. ORTX, Orchard Therapeutics, Oscar Romeo Tango X-Ray, announcing preparations on track for first half 2021 commercial launch of Limbeldi. That's ORTX, Orchard Therapeutics. Oscar Romeo Tango X-Ray. HSDT, Hotel Sandy Delta Tango, submits response to FDA in pursuit of de novo classification and clearance of the PONS device for treatment of gait deficit due to symptoms of MS. That's Hotel Sandy Delta Tango, HSDT. ALXO, ALX Oncology, expects that cash and cash equivalents will be sufficient to fund operations through 2024. That's Alpha Lima X-Ray Oscar, ALXO. In GWPH, GW Pharma, total preliminary net product sales of about $148 million for Q4, including about $144 million for Epidiolex. That's Golf Whiskey Papa Hotel, GWPH. AXGN, Axogen, reporting sees Q4 full year 2020 revenue of at least $112.2 million. That's above estimate. Q4 revenue of at least $32.4 million above estimate. Alpha X-Ray Golf November. FOLD, Foxtrot Oscar Lima Delta, Amicus Therapeutics Pompeii Phase 3 Propel Study. Last patient, last visit complete with data expected in Q1 of 2021. That's Foxtrot Oscar Lima Delta. AGIO, Agios Pharmaceuticals, says pivotal trials for mitapivat in thalassemia on track for initiation in the second half of 2021, and in sickle cell disease by year-end. Sale of oncology portfolio to Servier expected to close in Q2 of 2021. Full year net product revenue for Sovo expected to be $160 to $170 million. That's Alpha Golf India Oscar. TVTX, Travere Therapeutics, says company expects net product sales for Q4 of 2020 to be about $51 million. That's Tango Victor Tango X-Ray, TVTX. Shares of NEO running here now, 63.55. November India Oscar closed at 58.92 on Friday. JP Morgan raising the price target on NEO to $75 from $50. That's November India Oscar. REPL, Replimune, expects preliminary cash equivalent, short-term investments, 493 million as of December 31st to fund expense capex into H2 of 2024. That's REPL, Romeo Echo Papa Lima. GNLN, Golf November Lima November, Green Lane Holdings announcing dismissal of class action suit with prejudice. GILT, Global Awards Gilad multi-million-dollar U.S. managed service contract for significant expansion of cellular backhaul project. That's Golf India Lima Tango, GILT. FMTX, Forma Therapeutics. Reviews 2020 highlights and outlines key 2021 milestones. That's Foxtrot Michael Tango X-Ray. WBAI500.com entered into agreement to acquire Bitcoin mining machines. That's Whiskey Bravo Alpha India, WBAI. Shares of WBAI 500.com popping here on that press release from the company. HZNP, Horizon Therapeutics, providing an update. Preliminary 2020 net sales exceed high end of company's guidance range of 2.12 billion to 2.14 billion. That's Hotel Zulu November Papa, HZNP. DCPH, Deciphera Pharmaceuticals, sees potential EMA approval of Kinlock for patients with fourth line just in H2 of 2021. That's DCPH. Delta Charlie Papa Hotel. Shares of NEO continuing to pop here, company at their battery day on Saturday, at their NEO day on Saturday, announcing a new 150 kilowatt solid state battery technology, which increases energy density by 50%. Also announced their ET7 sedan. That's NIO now at 63.85, up about $5 NIO. VCEL, Vericel announcing preliminary Q4 and full year 2020 financial results. Victor Charlie Echo Lima. Preliminary total revenues for Q4 expected to be in the range of 44.9 to 45.4 million for VCEL. MDWD, MediWound, provides update on its Escharix clinical development program. Phase 2 adaptive design study, sample size reduced to 120 patients. That's Michael Delta Whiskey Delta. CAMT, Camtech, announcing following selection. Camtech inspection and metrology solution selected by Global IDM. Following selection, Camtech's got initial multiple orders and expected additional business during 2021 and beyond. That's Charlie Alpha Michael Tango, CAMT. mRNA, Moderna, Michael Romeo November Alpha, Moderna. Now has one commercial medicine and 24 development programs, multiple therapeutic programs anticipated to see clinical proof of concept data in 2021. To date, product revenue associated with APAs for delivery of its COVID-19 vaccine for full year 2021 of $11.7 billion. That's Michael Romeo November Alpha. Benzinga market update. S&P futures down 26, Dow futures down 240, Nasdaq down 88.75, crude down 33 cents at 51.91. Gold is up $9.10 at 1844.60. Bitcoin futures down 46.70 at 34,850. NAK, Northern Dynasty, getting some volume here. November Alpha Kilo, press release out earlier as State of Alaska to appeal Pebble Project permit denial. MESO, Mesoblast, shares off the highs now, 17.32, up about 100% now, hit a high of $19.49 after their press release late last night, reporting positive results in their trial related to heart attack, strokes, and cardiac death in patients with chronic heart failure. That's Michael Echo Sandy Oscar. CFI Finance Acquisition 2 and Land and View Inc. expand pipeline issuance to $500 million with additional $200 million investment from GIC. That's Charlie Foxtrot, India, India. PLAY, Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's sees Q4 revenue of $98 to $100 million. That's above the $88.1 million estimate. That's PLAY, Dave & Buster's, with that positive guidance. EDSA at SIA Biotech expands COVID-19 clinical study to Colombia. That's Echo Delta Sandy Alpha, EDSA. RIGL, Regal Pharmaceuticals, awards U.S. FDA Fast Track designation to Tavalisse for warm autoimmune hemolytic anemia. That's Romeo India Golf Lima. RIGL. SYRS, Syros Pharmaceuticals, Sandy Yankee Romeo Sandy, says on track to initiate 3 clinical trials in 2021 across franchise of targeted hematology therapies. That's SYRS. SKT Tanger provides liquidity and operational updates. That's Sandy Kilo Tango. BIIB and AAPL, Biogen to launch study to develop digital biomarkers of cognitive health using Apple Watch and iPhone. That's Bravo India, India Bravo, and Alpha Alpha Papa Lima. MDT, Medtronic, Medtronic Evolute TAVI, now licensed for both bicuspid aortic valves at intermediate or greater risk and for low risk of surgical mortality. That's Michael Delta Tango, MDT. TAST, Tango Alpha Sandy Tango, Carol's Restaurant Group, reporting some preliminary numbers. Preliminary Q4 total restaurant sales increased 5.8% to $420.5 million versus $397.6 million in the prior year quarter. Comp restaurant sales for companies Burger King restaurants increased 0.9% for Q4. That's TAST, Tango Alpha Sandy Tango. UCTT, Ultra Clean, reporting revenue for Q1, preliminary revenue $370 to $400 million. That's versus the $365.5 million estimate for UCTT, Uniform Charlie Tango Tango. House Rules Committee. Chairman McGovern says he expects Trump impeachment article on the floor Wednesday, expects it will pass. That from CNN. SRRK Scholar Rock says ended 2020 with about 340 million in cash, cash equivalents, and marketable securities. That's Sandy Romeo Romeo Kilo SRRK. SHYF Sandy Hotel Yankee Foxtrot. Shift Group Ultimaster receives orders for more than 3,000 Velocity vehicles from several parcel delivery customers in 2021 for delivery in 2021. That's SHYF. NHLD National Holdings up 11 cents now at 3.15 after the announcement it's being acquired by B. Riley Financial for $3.25 per share. That's Romeo India Lima Yankee and November Hotel Lima Delta. NSPR Inspire MD at the highs now, 62 cents. November Sandy Papa Romeo. WTRG Essential Utilities sees FY earnings of $1.64 to $1.69. That's Whiskey Tango Romeo Golf. GME, GameStop spiking to the high now. Golf Michael Echo, $19 up $1.31 on GameStop. Company announcing new directors. XPEV, XPeng shares moving now 46.70 up $1.25. X-Ray Papa Echo Victor. MOTS, Modus GI, expands intellectual property portfolio with U.S. patent for a pure view systems universal method to mount on end of most commercial colonoscopes. That's Michael Oscar Tango Sandy, MOTS. PACB, Pacific Biosciences, announcing preliminary results, Papa Alpha Charlie Bravo. Sees Q4 2020 revenue of about $27 million. That's versus the $23.7 million estimate for Papa Alpha Charlie Bravo, PACB. RIDE, Lordstown Motors surpasses 100,000 pre-orders for first electric pickup truck for fleets. That's Romeo India Delta Echo, RIDE. RID getting a pop on that headline. Shares of Lordstown Motors now at 23.62 on that press release reporting an order of 100,000 reservations for its all-electric pickup truck. That's RIDE. PRPL, Purple Innovation, received approval from the NASDAQ to begin listing its shares of common stock on the NASDAQ Global Market effective January 8th. That's Papa Romeo Papa Lima, PRPL. ACST, Acasti Pharma, popping to the highs, 70 cents. 13 cents, Alpha Charlie Sandy Tango. CYCC, Cyclacel Pharmaceuticals, reported 2020 achievements, announcing key business objectives for 2021. That's CYCC. LI Lee Auto shares popping here at 35.30, moving along with Neo and XPeng XPEV. BAK backed the digital asset marketplace launched by Intercontinental Exchange to become a publicly traded company via merge with VC Impact Acquisition Holdings, VIH. That's Victor India Hotel. That's VIH. INOV and Avalon Holdings reiterates revenue growth and profitability guidance, sees Q4 2020 total revenue of 189 to 190 million. That's ending November. Oscar Victor, INOV. VIH shares were halted just following that release of that news. Victor India Hotel. Shares at 1575, down from the close of 1648. That's where it was halted now at 1575. Victor India Hotel. GME, GameStop continued to spike here now, 2086 after that board refreshment and standstill agreement reported by GameStop. 2086 now of $3.17 at the high for GME GameStop. Golf Michael Echo. GameStop now over $21. AXLA, Axela Health, Alpha X-Ray Lima Alpha, announcing FDA clearance for AXA 1665. That's Alpha X-Ray Lima Alpha. Says phase 2B trial initiation plan for the second quarter of the year. That's AXLA. Shares moving on that news from the company, $6.22. That's up 92 cents. For Axela Health, AXLA. JMIA, Jumia, getting a pop here. Juliet Michael India Alpha, 3824. LOI, Lilly, FDA accepts supplemental NDA for Jardiance for adults with heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. That's Lima Lima Yankee, LOY. PEN, Penumbra sees full year 2020 revenue up 20 to 25%. That's PEN, CROX, Crocs. Crocs out with their guidance. Charlie Romeo Oscar X-Ray. Crocs sees FY revenue of up 20 to 25%. 1.381 billion to 1.384 billion. That's Charlie Romeo Oscar X-Ray, Crocs. KPTI, Carrier Farm Therapeutics, Kilo Papa Tango India sees Q4 2020 revenue of 35 to 36 million, full year revenue of 108 to 109 million. That's Kilo Papa Tango India. ZUMZ, Zoomies, reports 2020 holiday sales. Zulu Uniform Michael Zulu, ZUMZ. ZGNX, so GenX announcing preliminary on-order Q4 2020 product net sales. Zulu Golf November X-Ray. That's Zogenix. ECOR, Electrocore provides update. Sees full year 2020 revenue at the upper end of previously announced guidance range of $3.3 to $3.5 million. That's Echo Charlie Oscar Romeo, ECOR. HAPP, Happiness Biotech, buy achieved order over 70% growth in December on a month-to-month basis. That's Hotel Alpha Papa Papa shares popping on that news. HAPP. Happiness spiking to $2.10 now at the high. HAPP. SJ, Sandy Juliet, Cyanjoy entered into a cooperative agreement with Beijing University of Posts and Telecommunications. That's Sandy Juliet. IPAR, Interparfums, signed a purchase contract to acquire its future headquarters in Paris for 125 million euros. That's India Papa Alpha Romeo, IPAR. ZGNX, so GenX reporting total Fintepla preliminary unaudited net product sales of about $8.1 million for Q4. That's Zulu Golf November X-Rays or GenX. KNSK, Kanixa Pharma, Kilo November Sandy Alpha, says final phase 1 KPL 404 data expected in the first half of this year. That's KNSA. HAPP, Happiness Biotech continuing to spike here. $2.35 up. $2.36 now, continued to spike here. ATRS, Antares Pharma, sees full year revenue of $175 to $200 million. That's Alpha Tango Romeo Sandy. ATRS. ADVM, Adverum Biotech, completes patient enrollment for Infinity Phase 2 trial of ADVM 022 in DME and provides 2021 business outlook. That's Alpha Delta Victor Michael, ADVM. BNGO, Bionano Genomics, announced today first publication from COVID-19 host genome structural variant consortium. That was a press release out earlier. That's BNGO. DENN, Denny's, Delta Echo November, Denny's expects domestic system-wide same-store sales for Q4 down 33%. That's DENN, Delta Echo November. CMG, Chipotle, to fill 15,000 jobs via National Career Day, has a goal of employing 15,000 new team members for its restaurants across the U.S. That's Charlie Michael Golf, Chipotle, Mexican Grill. SER, Sear signs a commercial agreement to provide complete end-to-end solution for unbiased, deep, rapid, and large-scale proteomics. That's Sandy Echo Echo Romeo, SEER. BLUE, Bluebird Bio, anticipates cash and cash equivalents, marketable securities were about $1.3 billion as of December 31st. That's BLUE. MKGI, Michael Kilo Golf India, MKGI, Monica Group, Long Route Thailand, indirectly controlled by Monica Group, signs engagement with Magnolia, sets terms of $500 to $700 million ICO portal crypto offering. That's Michael Kilo Golf India. CLVS, Clovis Oncology, sees 43 million to 43.5 million in estimated Rubraca global product revenues for Q4 of 2020, 164.2 to 164.7 million in product revenues for Rubraca for full year 2020. That's CLVS, Clovis Oncology, Charlie Lima Victor Sandy. Forty North increases offer to WR Grace to $65 per share. That's Golf Romeo Alpha. Shares of WR Grace now at $61, close at $55.96. Again, offer of $65 per share for GRA, Golf Romeo Alpha. SPNS, Clickins, partners with Sapiens to provide automated AI-based vehicle damage inspections and accelerate claims management. That's Cindy Papa, November Sandy. CLVS, Clovis, on that guidance, getting a pop here. $5.50 the high on Clovis Oncology, now at $5.45, up 40 cents. CLVS, Charlie Lima Victor Sandy. SESN, Sescent Bio, San Diego Sandy November, says it had cash and cash equivalents and restricted cash of about $55 million as of December 31st. That's San Diego Sandy November. HAPP, Happiness Biotech, continued to spike here. $2.63, up 80 cents at the high for HAPP. GE, Gulf Echo, GE Renewable Energy announcing 235 megawatt repower and greenfield expansion for Leeward's Aragon Wind Project. That's Gulf Echo, GE. EKSO, Exo Bionics popping to the highs, Echo Kilo Sandy Alpha. TNAV, Telenav, and XPAV, XPeng, Telenav to provide EV navigation for XPeng's European customers. That's TNAV and XPEV. ESTA, Establishment Labs, sees full year 2020 revenue of 84.2 to 85.2 million. That's Echo Sandy Tango Alpha. ESTA, RUTH, Roots Hospitality, says at the end of Q4, 91% of company-owned and managed restaurants were open. That's RUTH. BAX, Baxter, reporting preliminary Q4 revenue of $3.18 billion. That's Bravo Alpha X-Ray. That's versus the $3.04 billion estimate for Baxter, BAX. PS Pluralsight, Eminence Capital announcing intention to vote against Pluralsight's proposed transaction with Vista Equity Partners. That's PS Papa Sandy. NVAX, Novavax providing some guidance. November Victor Alpha X-ray. VLDR, Velodyne LiDAR getting some volume here. Victor Lima Delta Romeo, VLDR. MDGS, Medigis price is $8.4 million registered direct offering of ADSs. Michael Delta Golf Sandy. $2.30 per ADS, 3.659 million ADSs. That's Michael Delta Golf Sandy. Shares of Medigis at $2.43, down 17 cents. Again, pricing there offering at $2.30. MDGS. BNGO, Bionano Genomics, popping to the high 619, up $1.49 now. Bravo November Golf Oscar company out with multiple releases. One last night, one this morning, announcing first publication from COVID-19 host genome structural variant consortium. That's Bravo November Golf Oscar. BPMC, Blueprint Medicines, on January 8th entered into Ninth Amendment to Collaboration and License Agreement with Hoffman LaRoche Company, and Roche agreed to modify certain time periods related to Roche's option rights for one of collaboration programs. That's Bravo Papa Michael Charlie and Romeo Hotel Bravo Yankee. VIH resuming trade now. Victor India Hotel getting a pop here in around $17. That's VIH resuming trade after shares were halted earlier. Announcing a merger agreement. Back to become a publicly traded company via merger with VIH, and shares now at $16.80. ODP, Office Depot shares are spiking here now. Oscar Delta Papa, ODP. USR parent proposes to acquire Office Depot, ODP, for $40 per share. Shares now at $39.62. That's Oscar Delta Papa. $41 now on ODP. ODP, owner of Office Depot and Office Max. Again, USR proposing to acquire the company for $40 per share in cash. AFRM, Affirm Holdings. Affirm Holdings sees IPO of 24.6 million shares, priced $41 to $44 per share. Previously had been expected to price $33 to $38. That's Alpha Foxtrot. Romeo Michael. Bloomberg says White House says U.S. is examining further options regarding China. UTZ, Utz Brands to acquire Vintner's snack food brand and distribution assets for $25 million. That's Uniform Tango Zulu. SALT announcing sale of dry bulk vessel Sandy Alpha Lima Tango. Baxter Biopharma Solutions announcing sterile manufacturing agreement with Novavax for COVID-19 vaccine. That's Bravo Alpha X-ray and November Victor Alpha X-ray. JAGX, Jaguar Health, exploring possibility of conditional marketing authorization for proposed inflammatory diarrhea indication for crofamar. That's JAGX, Juliet Alpha Golf X-ray. RESN, Resident joins the Wi-Fi Alliance following high-volume Wi-Fi socket win with a Tier 1 handset OEM. That's Romeo Echo Sandy November, RESN. B. FERR, Fiverr to announce its Q4 results on February 18th. Foxtrot Victor Romeo Romeo, FVRR. HRTX, Heron Therapeutics, highlights progress in pain management and CINV franchises and announces new development program. That's Hotel Romeo Tango X-ray, HRTX. GIB, CGI selected as prime contractor on $3.3 billion U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Consular Affairs Global Support Strategy for Overseas Consular Support Services contract. That's Gulf India Bravo, GIB. OPRA, Oscar Papa Romeo Alpha, with guidance. It says Q4 revenue and adjusted EBITDA expected the top end of guidance ranges. That's Oscar Papa Romeo Alpha. CERS, Charlie Echo Romeo Sandy, announcing preliminary results. Says 28.2 million in preliminary product revenue versus 20.9 million during the same prior year period. That's Charlie Echo Romeo Sandy. FISV, Fiserv expands surcharge-free MoneyPass ATM network to Capital One customers. That's FISV and COF. GME, GameStop reporting their holiday results. Says for a 9-week period ended January 2nd, 2021, net sales was 1.77 billion, 3.1% decrease versus 2019 same period. That's Golf Michael Echo GameStop. Shares of GameStop pulling back now $19.39. They're hit a high of $21.82 following their board-related press release earlier announcement. That's Golf Michael Echo. PI Impinj, Papa India Impinj sees Q4 revenue of more than $36 million. That's above estimate for Papa India. PDD, Pinduoduo shares down about $8 now following another new employee death at Pinduoduo, prompting calls for a boycott. That's Papa Delta Delta. LUNA, Luna Innovations, reaffirms their 2020 outlook. LUNA. Benzinga market update. S&P futures down 31.50. The Dow futures down 278. NASDAQ down 105.50. Crude down 54 cents at 51.70. Gold is up 90 cents now, 1836.40. And Bitcoin futures down over 6,000 at 33,460. Iran signing 8 more oil projects as part of plan to boost output by 355,000 barrels per day. That from SP Global. REGN, Regeneron executive, says its antibody cocktail therapy against COVID-19 will likely help against the variants of the virus at the JP Morgan conference, says working with the U.S. government to rectify problems with access to its antibody therapy for COVID-19. That's Romeo Echo Golf, November. Regeneron. Shares of Regeneron at $500, up $1.27 in the pre-market. MDGS, Medigis shares to resume trading at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Michael Delta Golf Sandy, MDGS. Medigis pricing there, offering at $2.30. Shares were halted ahead of that news. Regeneron executive says co-developing additional antibody cocktail therapies against COVID-19 should the virus continue to mutate. That at the JP Morgan conference. SMG, Scott's Miracle Grow, announcing realignment of finance, supply chain, and corporate affairs teams, and departure of its CFO. That's Sandy Michael Golf. SGBX, SG Blocks, shares getting a pop here. SGBX, Sandy Golf Bravo X-Ray. SG Blocks announcing execution of purchase order from an existing privately held client completing a government project in Tyndall. That's SGBX, SG Blocks. PPG Industries to acquire global coatings manufacturer WAG, expected to close in the first half of 2021. That's Papa Golf. Eamon Javers says the White House considering President Trump making remarks today about big tech. No decisions have been made on that. UK Prime Minister Johnson says in the next few days, as we get towards the February 15th target, we will be ramping up vaccinations significantly. Prime Minister Johnson says hitting vaccine target is a huge ask, says it can be achieved. HAPP getting a pop here. Moving back higher again now, hit a high of 276 earlier. Now at $2.41, seeing a big spike in volume on HAPP. Company announcing that Happy Buy achieved over 70% growth in December on a month-to-month basis. That's HAPP, Hotel Alpha Papa Papa. UK Prime Minister Johnson says there is a shortage of oxygen in some places in the National Health Service. Says this is a very perilous moment.